Hi and welcome to After the 80 Rugby League Ipswich edition. I'm your host Terry Pascoe, and on today's show we'll preview the massive clashes, the under-19s reserve grade and A grade, all going into semi-finals. We'll catch up with our number one roving reporter that went to the Rugby League Ipswich presentation night and interviewed all the recipients, and catch Cameron Haug from North Tigers as this week's player profile. Now, if you'd like to join the discussion, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search After the 80 TV. You can also subscribe to us and download us as a video podcast from iTunes, so get on board with that. Now, joining me on the panel is Anthony Bomber-Breeze, and our special guest this week is Stuart Webb from the Swift Bluebirds. Mate, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, tell us about your football journey. You're obviously playing at Swifts, but what led you up to this?
Well, I started playing when I was 12, back in primary school. Started my juniors at West End for a few years. Went to Goodna, and then in grade 12 I went to Swifts to play with some friends from high school, and the rest is history. Been at Swifts ever since.
Nice.
You've come through the grades there. You were captain of the reserve grade premiership side a couple of years ago. You've now cemented your spot in A grade. You're one of only 3 players that have played all 18 games this year. What's the difference between reserve grade and A grade? Obviously there's a difference. What have you found the difference?
It's not so much skill, it's more the consistency. There's not many mistakes in A grade compared to reserve grade. Everyone's on a level playing field. There's no one you can really exploit.
Okay. So how have you seen your own form this year? Like, has it been, obviously you've been consistent because you've cemented your spot, but I guess is there stuff that you think you need to improve on?
From the start of the year, my fitness wasn't up to scratch, but towards the middle of the year when I was playing some big minutes in the middle, my form started to pick up a bit and fitness started to pick up, and obviously playing a few different positions throughout the year. So yeah, just consistency is the key, I suppose. Do
you have a preferred position that you'd like to play? Or you played multiple positions, as you said?
Yeah, probably in the back row, but due to some injuries I've been playing on the wing lately, but I just do what needs to be done.
Obviously your reserve grade side's also going well there. It's great to have good depth in the club, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I think that's the difference from previous years. We've got a bit more depth this year and can call upon people to come up or go back. It's been really good this year. Tell
us about your coach. You've learned a fair bit off?
I have, yeah. Ducky, he's, how would I say it, he's old school. He knows his football, and he knows what he wants, and he knows how to coach. That's the one thing I found, and he can bring a group of players together. That's the big thing I found this year. He's brought us all together as a club, not just a team, and that's been a big point for me.
Obviously you've had a lot of stars throughout the year, Finney and Ratu, who was second on the awards night. What player in the side have you particularly enjoyed watching or have seen an improvement going forward?
Honestly, I'd have to say Tally. He's the most underrated player. I was very surprised when he didn't make that Diggers side. He's been a big standout this year for me. Gets us going forward, makes those big tackles, and he's just a general leader. He's really good to be around.
Now, semi-finals coming up. Is there one team that you're fearful of? Is there one that you're looking out for, just to, you don't really want to go up against?
Well, it's hard to avoid, but obviously it's Pascoe. I mean, 15 straight wins is nothing to be ashamed of. It's a great feat in any grade, so I'd have to say Pascoe.
Like you said, you've been at Swifts for a while now. What do you like at Swifts? Obviously, there's a good culture there this year, isn't there, between the boys there? You see on social media there's always, when you win a game, there's a good team song in there, and you see the reserve graders in there, you see all the boys in there, and it's loud and boisterous.
That's right, yeah. Also, it stems back into our juniors as well. There's been a lot of the senior boys getting involved in the juniors, getting out to games, being touchies, volunteering on the gate, being coaches. I love that stuff. It's good.
All right, well, moving forward, we've got some semi-finals this weekend. Bomber, you expecting some big games?
Yeah, well, obviously the game on Saturday, it's going to be a big game, but between the Bluebirds and obviously the team that's won 15 in a row there, it's hard to go past a team that's won 15 in a row there. obviously doing something right there. And the other game, Brothers and North there, well, that's the knockout semi-final in the A grade. That could go either way there. Brothers go good for a while there, but they just seem to switch off or just some bad patches, and North will have to play at their best if they want to get near Brothers.
Now, Stuart, I guess it'd be a little bit disappointing. I understand the process that they go of having, these games, but would you have liked to have seen, your reserve grade play before your A grade? Like, as much as you'd like to see Brothers play all at one time for their supporters, do you think it should have been more aligned that you could have, be there to support your reserve grade than your A grade side?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been good, but I'm sure that we'll all be there on the Sunday in the crowd, cheering the boys on in the sheds, and I think they'll get the job done on Sunday.
Yeah, well, obviously a big contrast. If you take the win, you might be still celebrating on the Sunday, but if you lose, well, it could be the same result anyway. You'll be on the hill. Bomber, can we get any sort of tips here of what you think the games are going to go?
Well, the in the A grade game, obviously, you'd have to. I think everyone would probably have to tip Pascoe, like we said, 15 in a row. But like I said, Swifts are starting to hit a bit of form at the right time of the year. This is the time there. They had a hard game against Brothers last week, which was the battle for second spot, and they got over the top of them there. So if Swifts do beat them, it's not going to be that big of a shock, because it's obviously whoever plays good on that day. And Pascoe have got away to a good start there. If Swifts can hold them for that early period, anything could happen.
And I guess the bonus, if you do get the win, you get the week off as well, but I guess you still have that chance that if you do happen to go down, you can still play the following week.
That's right, yeah. That's what we're aiming for a while now, to finish in that top two. And yeah, I think everyone's pretty proud of where we've ended up, win or lose.
Do you think, I guess as a player's perspective, we see in the Ipswich competition that all the finals games are played at North Ipswich Reserve. Do you think that maybe for the earlier finals at the first week, maybe they should be taken home, give you that extra incentive to finish first and second?
Not really. When you look at some of the conditions of the fields, like they've been through a lot this year, so I like playing on that good grass at the end of the year.
Bit softer to get tackled on, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, well, like you said, at obviously local grounds, they got to look after their own grounds. They haven't got the council look after the North Ipswich Reserve, so the fertiliser, the feed, the cuts and all that makes the ground obviously one of the best in Ipswich there. And like you said, you've probably got that much bark off in the last couple of games at some of them grounds that obviously have lost their green grass with the cold weather.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look at this week's player profile.
My name is Cameron Haug. I'm 21 and play for North Tigers. I started playing football when I was 5, about then, and I've continued to keep playing until now. So. That'd be it, pretty much, grand finals. So that'd be the best memory, just probably under 14's grand final. That was the last one I played in. Academic stuff at school, that'd be the greatest achievements outside of club. I'd have to say the inspiration is Dad, a bit, yeah. He gets up at me every now and then for not playing well, and so he'll be the one that I look up to. Yeah, it'd be Dad. Yeah, he brought me down here when I was 2 or something like that and just gave me the ball, and that's where it all started. Be careful of injuries. That'd be my tips to young people. Like, give it rest, because I got plenty that I didn't rest properly because I was like, oh, bulletproof, don't worry about it. And now it's coming to bite me. So, yeah. Broncos, just because my pop went for him, so make him a bit happy. On the team, I think Daniel Westbest, really dangerous. Just his running style, like everyone runs off him, it's good, so. Footy, I'll probably just keep playing. Like here, that's going to be get an A grade a bit more if I don't hurt myself. Yeah.
Thank you to Cameron from North Tigers there, given player profile. It's been such a great thing that we have on the show, get to see all the players and get their point of view. And yeah, it's been really great to see. Now, after the 80 cameras went to the annual Rugby League Ipswich presentation night, let's have a look and see how the presentation night went.
Welcome to the North Ipswich Reserve. Tonight is the annual Sports Awards tonight, the Rugby League Ipswich presentation night. So let's start and we'll catch some people as they come in. The first person that I've caught is the boss, Brendan Lindsay. Welcome to tonight.
Thanks, Bomber. It's good to be here, mate.
It's going to be a good night tonight. We've got a lot of awards to hand out. There's going to be some very worthy winners.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night to see where most of these awards fall. And the night ends with our A-grade Player of the Year at about 10 o'clock tonight.
So do we have any idea on who that might be, who the nominees are?
Well, in the A-grade, I guess you have a look at it. Probably would come from a side in the top four, so probably maybe a Fassifin or a Swiftspoke, I would assume.
We've also got the sought after award, the Coach of the Year. We've got some great coaches out there, haven't we?
Yeah, and look, over the past few years, it hasn't always come from A-grade either. So we've had a reserve grader in the last three, so that'll be interesting to see where that lands as well.
So the night's gone all right so far? No problems?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, water off a duck's back. Yeah.
All right then, we'll have a good night there. Hopefully it all goes well for you. I've just caught up now with the president of the Ipswich Old Boys Association, Jan Christensen. Good to see you again, Jan.
Thanks, Mum. It's good to be here.
These awards nights are obviously to recognise the achievements of not only the players but officials. And it's good recognition, isn't it?
It is good recognition. Everybody deserves it. Volunteers, referees, a whole lot. It's all part and parcel of the game of rugby league.
You've been around rugby league for a long time now, obviously with the Old Boys Association.
I've been around rugby league since I was 4 years old. I'm 75. My first job was an Orange girl with my father's football team at Forest Hill many, many years ago. But with the Old Boys, I've been involved since Bob was involved. Started in 1999. He became president in 2002 and I stayed with him and helped him with that all the way.
All right, the Old Boys Association do a very good job, so make sure you keep it going there. You need some more members, don't you?
We do desperately need younger members. It's an unfortunate thing that people who retire from work these days, they'll hook up their car to their caravan and off they go for a couple of years and they don't care about rugby league, but we desperately need the younger generation to come along and keep the good work going that we've set since 1999.
Anyway, thanks for joining us and have a good night. I'm now here with Swifts coach Damien O'Donoghue. Welcome to presentation night.
Thanks, Bomber. Glad to be here, mate. Should be a good night.
Swifts, you finished in second position. Great year for the boys.
Yeah, real happy with where we finished. Had a few hiccups along the way, but yeah, wrapped it up last round, so happy with it. Yeah.
The year there, your first year as coach, are you enjoying it? Bit nervous?
Yeah, had a bit of a roller coaster, but I love it, mate. The boys are great. I love being associated with them, just like a bunch of mates now. Loving it.
You're up for the Coach of the Year award tonight with another two nominees. How do you think you'll go?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue, mate. A bit of a surprise that I'm even in the top three, to be honest. A bit embarrassed.
Anyway, thanks for joining us and have a good night.
Thanks, Bomber. Thanks heaps, mate.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Award for the Senior Representative Player of the Year for 2018, and that honour belongs to Ono Somo Ialo. And it gives me great pleasure to announce that the 2018 Senior Coach of the Year is Damien O'Donoghue, Swifts Rugby League Football Club.
Well, I'm now here with the Senior Coach of the Year, Damien O'Donoghue. Congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, fella.
Obviously, you've had a great year with Swifts there. You're hoping to go through the finals now. Change nothing?
No, we'll change a little bit for Fassifin. I think they're pretty bloody good. We got to just address a few little things we've been down on before we meet them, or it could get ugly.
Obviously, the Coach of the Year there, obviously that's a big award here. Is there anyone at Swifts in particular you'd like to thank?
Oh, Chunky Brown. Chunky, he's like right-hand man right beside me, and yeah, he's always got me back, Chunky.
All right. Congratulations from after the 80.
Thanks, Bob.
See you, mate.
Great pleasure to announce that the 2018 City of Ipswich Mayor Cup Player of the Year, picking up the Ray Hine Memorial Trophy, is Aaron Adcock from the Pascoe Bombers. Scored 2 tries, kicked 77 goals. Apparently he's a gun goal kicker. And he was the 2017 highest point scorer. But this year, he is the 2018 City of Ipswich Mayor's Cup Player of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Pascoe Bombers, Aaron Adcock.
I'd just like to thank everyone from Rugby League Ipswich and everyone from the individual clubs who, put the effort in throughout the week and on the weekends. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. It's been an awesome year so far, and looking forward to a good final series.
I'm now here with the Rugby League Ipswich Player of the Year, Aaron Adcock. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bomber.
You've had a good year. Unexpected surprise tonight?
Yeah, it was. Even more a surprise when I didn't find out until an hour before it was going to be presented. So, it was good. I can't thank my teammates enough, and Ruzi and everyone at Fassifern, everyone involved, the volunteers, from the ladies in the canteen to the coaches, players, 1 to 17 every week for, all the grades. It makes the club beautiful, and I love playing out there.
So you got the semi-finals coming up shortly there. Is there anything different that you have to critique before you get to a grand final, or is everything just much the same?
Yeah, we sort of haven't touched too much on it. We're taking it week by week, but what happened last year, we sort of went through the season fairly well and then stumbled in the first final with Goodner, but we'll probably touch on that more this week, but we don't want to be doing that again. And Swifts, to their credit, they've been awesome all year, and we know they're going to rock up and give it 120%. So, we're going to have to turn up on the day and be ready to play.
So, is there any team other than Swifts? Obviously, they're your first opponents. You don't look past them at all to any of the other teams, Norths or Brothers?
Oh, mate, any of the top 4 teams could win it. I think if Norths put it together, they're going to be very hard to stop. And same with the Brothers, boys. There's every time we've played all those teams this year, there's been, 1 or 2 times during the game where, if a ball goes to hand, it's probably a different game and momentum swings and stuff like that. So it should be pretty exciting next 3 weeks, I hope.
Anyway, on behalf of After the 80, congratulations and all the best with the final series. Thanks, mate.
Well done, Bomber. That was a good Friday night for you.
Yeah, it was a very good Friday night. All the winners were thoroughly deserved their awards.
Well, I think you picked the representative player, I know, on last week's show. I guess that was probably an obvious winner.
Yeah, well, there was Ono there, and obviously I did pick Ducky as well. I didn't have the player of the year. I thought Fassifern's, Fijians and all that might have all taken points off from there, but obviously, like we said on the statewide show, obviously the halves and the 5/8s talk to the referee a bit more and talk a bit nicely, so they always win the awards, but the forwards do all the hard work, don't they?
I assure you it does pay off. And now it was also good to see Coach get Coach of the Year as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you think it well deserved?
I think he's a bit modest. Like, he thoroughly deserved that. He every week put in a top effort. He'd always have his sheet of paper out before training. He'd be at work writing down plays, drills, and he'd follow through with them. I think he thoroughly deserved it.
I was going to say, looks like a really nice guy. Has he given you a spray in the sheds a couple of times?
Oh, not really a spray, just stern talking to. Probably be a better thing to say.
He's not ripping off doors, Des Hasler style?
No. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get the message through.
Yeah, and well-deserved A-grade player of the year of was it Aaron Adcock?
Aaron Adcock, yeah. Well, like I said, he's probably the gun goal kicker of the competition. He doesn't miss too many goals at all, and I think he's kicked 77 out of not too many more. I think he had one off game there where he might have kicked 2 out of about 8 there, but the rest of the year he's probably shooting at about 90%. And in finals time, in the close games, all the 2 points count, don't they?
They certainly do. All right, well, that's all the time we have after the 80 local edition this week. As per usual, Bomber, thank you very much for your hard work and well done on that presentation night.
No, thank you for that. There's also a couple of other awards. There was a heap of other awards announced on the night, but just a couple of other ones there. The Volunteer of the Year was Nicole Hall from Brothers there, from the juniors. She does a great job there. Obviously, handling the juniors there. They've got a couple of hundred kids at the Brothers Club to try and keep the parents happy. And the Junior Player of the Year, Mason Pintagu from West End there. He's got a bright future in the game. And also the weekend there were a lot of junior development finals there. The under-12s, Fassifern defeated Lowood. 13s was Springfield over Laidley. 14s was Carolee over Brothers. 15s was North over Fassifern. The 17s was Redbank over Swifts, and also the second division final where Brothers took the first senior trophy of the year in the grand final, 44-18 over Goodna.
Excellent as well. And also the referees, junior and senior referees of the year as well, went to the
Andersons, yeah. Luke Anderson got the top award and Riley got there. Obviously, they've had good years, and obviously going into the finals there, only takes one bad game as a referee, doesn't it, to move your way down. But
don't start me, Bomber. All right, and Stuart, thank you very much for coming onto the show as well.
Yep, thanks for having me.
No worries at all. Well, if you'd like to join the discussion, you can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter. Just search After the 80 TV, and you can also download us as a video podcast on iTunes. I'm Terry Pascoe. Thanks for watching.